What is going on?
Something's coming this way.
A whole lot of something.
I recognize those creatures.
They look like...
Yeti!
London is being attacked by Bigfoot?
These kind aren't native to Earth, Moira. They're from the Great Intelligence, whom I thought had been destroyed.
That doesn't look like any great intelligence leading them to me. Looks like something I've seen before.
You will obey. You will obey.
The Imperial Dalek Emperor? Here?
Obey, or you will be deleted.
I've never heard a Dalek talk like that before.
Neither have I.
All will be subject to my rule. All will be destroyed. Life eternal. Stand by my side and suffer death forever.
Let's see what kind of Dalek this is.
Are you nuts?
Yes, coming?
Of course.
Halt!
I am the Doctor. I'm sure you know me.
My punch card library has no information on biological unit Doctor.
Really?
We will absorb your life force.
What?
We will absorb your life force.
Since when did Daleks gain that capability?
My punch card library has no information on Dalek.
Excuse me?
Forces, delete Doctor.
They have guns.
Shotguns? Mounted to their arms? None of this is making sense.
Who are you? What do you want?
My punch card library has no information on that subject.
You're not a Dalek. What are you in there?
Yes, let's see who's running this show.
Command acknowledged. Access granted.
Really? I didn't think it was going to be that easy.
I guess it depends on how you ask.
All will be subject to my rule.
Moira?
You will be transformed into the cyber army.
It's me!
None shall escape. Earth shall be destroyed. All shall be exterminated.
What is going on here? That can't be me!
Who are you? What is your function?
Delete. Exterminate.
It has to be a trick. A clone. A copy.
She certainly seems to be genuine.
How can you say that? I'm standing right here. I'm not a Dalek.
Neither is the Moira in front of us.
I am light. There shall be no more change.
I don't understand half of what that thing is saying.
She is certainly very confused. Excuse me?
Do I know you?
Probably not.
Then you have no function. The community will prevail. Peace and harmony.
Peace and harmony?
Destroy these creatures!
Listen to me. I'm the Doctor. Something must have happened to you, but we can fix it.
Destroy him! Destroy!
Doctor, those Bigfoot are turning on us.
We have to get this Moira to remember her humanity.
They're going to kill us.
Destroy! Destroy!
Wait!
Doctor!
Moira, you have to remember.
Destroy! Exterminate! Delete!
Listen to me!
Exterminate!
We're still here? His guns are unarmed. They only half finished. No striking hammer, no ammunition. Rather rushed work on your part, don't you think?
Proceed! Do not deviate!
Excuse me?
You have always exaggerated your own importance, Doctor. Borusa warned you about that.
You know Borusa?
Of course, Doctor. We were in the same class, after all.
To whom do I have the pleasure of addressing?
We are the Megara.
Are you now?
To be or not to be, that is the question.
Well, I have to admit, Moira, your counterpart certainly has quite a variety to her, don't you think? Moira? Moira!
Doctor!
Stop! Let her go!
Do not move. Do not move. Do not move.
I've seen those two from the restaurant Moira and I were at. Where are they taking her?
Do not interfere, Doctor. Everything is as it should be.
Why do I have the feeling that that is the most cognizant thing you have said?
Let go of me!
Can we shut her up?
Her off switch isn't working.
I don't have an off switch, you idiots! Who are you? What do you want with me?
It may not have been a good idea just snatching her off the street like this. We're bound to draw attention.
Help!
See?
Everyone's preoccupied with those monsters. No one is going to hear her over this din. This was the perfect time to take her.
And what of the doctor? He's unlikely to just let us walk away with her. He's very protective of his companions.
You got that right.
Do you see him around? He may be protective, but only if there isn't something more interesting to occupy his attention. I think he's got his hands full right now.
So you're working with the Daleks? Is that it? You're gonna turn me into that thing?
What is she talking about?
I don't know. Let's just get her to the ship. We can use an electromagnetic pulse to shut her down.
We'll have to restrain her or we might miss and wipe her memory banks. And we're not exactly set up for that. This is not the typical malfunction.
Stop talking about me like I'm some kind of machine.
You are a machine. Now do be quiet and let us think.
You got the wrong person. It's obviously that Dalek creature out there you want. I'm a human being.
No, you are not. You're probe unit 847385. Your systems are malfunctioning and we've come to collect you.
You guys are insane. I was born and raised here on Earth. My mom and dad are...
Thomas and Joanne Skye. Yes, we know. We put you there. Now, this will go a lot easier if you'll just access the part of your memory where your root commands are stored.
What?
Your root commands. If we can access them, we can begin your shutdown procedures, or we can do it the hard way and hit you with an EMP. At this point, I really don't care which.
I'm not letting you do anything to me.
Suit yourself. Where did you put the ship?
It's right over here. I disguised it as a removal van.
Clever.
Well, I thought the police box might be a bit too unimaginative.
Come on, Moira. A couple more minutes and it'll all be over.
I'm not going in there!
Yes, you are. Don't be difficult.
Just send me 300 francs. That sum will enable me to go to Paris. There at least one can cut a figure and surmount obstacles. Everything tells me I shall succeed. Will you prevent me from doing so for the one of 100 crowns?
What?
Why did I just say that?
It's starting.
From the height of these pyramids, 40 centuries look down on us.
The malfunction is getting worse. I doubt we'll be able to salvage any of her memories, let alone make sense of them.
What's happening to me?
It's all right. Just come with us and we can make everything better.
Yes, some new wallpaper. Maybe a touch of paint. And cracked pepper for just the right flavor. You'll have a stew fit for a king.
Shut the door.
I see you've redecorated. I don't like it.
Perhaps we can first deactivate her speech center. She's making me dizzy.
Just lay here, Moira. We'll make everything all better.
Shall we download her memory banks?
I shudder to think what they might be like.
Maybe we can determine what went wrong. Don't want this happening to any of our other probes.
Fine, as long as I'm not part of the team that gets stuck on the project.
I don't want to go to the dentist, Mommy.
If she isn't responding to commands, how are we going to get her to download the data?
Direct access. Messy, but at least we'll get it for analysis.
You think I'm going to clean that up?
Just do it.
Administer anesthetic?
I doubt she'd even respond to pain right now. Don't let's waste any time. The sooner we finish, the sooner we can get out of here.
Fine.
Stop.
Who are you?
It's the probe!
But it's right here on the table. That can't be it.
Step away from my body.
How are you doing this? How did you get here?
It's a future version of the probe.
Everything will be as it shall be.
Stop her!
I can't reach it.
She's stealing the probe!
No, don't let her get away.
Moira, come back!
Forget it. Help me put this fire out.
Now what do we do?
We have to stop it.
Don't you think I know that? The probe is obviously using the Doctor's TARDIS. It's the only way she can have crossed her own timeline and be in multiple places at once.
Then we'll use his TARDIS to get the probe back.
Apparently we can't change history. The probe will become that creature out there. This mission has become a catastrophic failure.
As long as we can get it back before anyone discovers its origin, what difference does it make?
Not exactly according to plan, but it will have to do. We could enlist the Doctor's help.
He is unlikely to be sympathetic to our methods.
I have to agree with that.
If Moira can use the TARDIS, then so can we. Did you at least get the key?
It was in her purse.
Anything else of use in there?
Makeup, a mobile, house keys. No probe deactivation switch, if that's what you're looking for.
The key to the TARDIS will do. Come on.
It is done.
Is it? Well, it's about time. What is it that's done?
India shall now be free from British rule.
If you could focus your attention for a moment, please.
All is as it should be.
Really? There's an air of finality about it. Where did those two take Moira?
All is as it should be.
So I gather. Let me guess. All the events that need to take place for Moira to turn into yourself have now taken place.
All is as it should be.
Of course.
Come now, Doctor. Let us not talk as prisoner and captor, but as men of science.
Is there anything of Moira left in there?
My punch card library has no information on Moira.
Who did this to you? Who?
847385.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
Corporal Benton. Oh, Sergeant now, is it?
Stay there, Moira. Don't do anything. I'm going to fix this. Somehow I will find out what happened to you and fix it, even if I have to break the laws of time to do it.
Is it time for tea already? Oh, good. I thought I missed it.
All right. First we need to find out exactly where things started to go wrong. This timeline doesn't make any sense. It's crossing in hundreds of different places. Just scattered its poor Moira out there. But who is doing this? My TARDIS. Someone's been using my TARDIS to change history. It's been you, hasn't it? Come out! When it comes to subterfuge, you need a few more lessons.
We had nothing to do with this, we swear.
What are you doing to my TARDIS? What have you done to Moira?
Nothing.
You're lying.
No, we were trying to save your friend from those things out there. We tried to get to you too, but you were surrounded.
Then where is Moira?
We don't know. She suddenly started acting all strange and took off. We followed her to this police box, she got inside and disappeared. A couple of seconds later, the box reappeared, but she never came out.
So it was Moira herself who used my TARDIS to cross the timelines? But then that begs the next question. Where did she get the knowledge? I've never taught her more than rudimentary control of the TARDIS. And why? What is causing her to do this? Are you sure you didn't see Moira come out?
Positive. The door was open and we looked inside to see if we could find her. But all we found was this room. What is this place?
She must have gotten out through the secondary console room while you were inside.
That creature out there you were talking to, it looks like your friend.
It is her. Her future self.
Her future self?
Yes. And I'm not sure how to prevent a future we're already a part of. But I will somehow. Moira will not become that creature out there.
We'll help.
You will? Good. I have the feeling I can use all the assistance I can get.
Is there any way we can knock her out, so to speak?
Knock her out?
Look at the havoc she's causing. Monsters roaming the streets of London. We have to do something to stop her.
I reluctantly have to agree. But so far, her actions, despite all appearances, have been relatively harmless.
I'd hardly call marauding monsters harmless.
If she wanted to hurt anyone, she could have done so by now. Whatever it is that's affecting her, it's not malevolent in design. At least not deliberately malevolent.
Well, perhaps we should do something before it becomes that way.
Yes. Bring me that medical bag over there, would you please?
What are you going to do?
It contains an injectable sedative. If we can get close enough, we could administer it to Moira and bring her back to the TARDIS.
Are you sure bringing her back here is a good idea? After all, if your ship can travel through time and she knows how to operate it...
Not the best solution, but there's no place else that would be safe.
I have the bag.
Good. Follow me.
The power's down.
It looks like the entire city is affected.
Likely the entire country. Moira must have accessed the power grid, communications lines, everything. Otherwise UNIT would have been here in force long ago.
You're not going to let them have Moira, are you?
Of course not. We're going to save her. There must be some way to undo the damage that's been done.
If only there was a way.
I'll distract Moira. It'll be up to you to give her the sedative.
Are you sure there's enough? I mean, She's not exactly human anymore. Who knows what she's hooked up to in that casing she's in?
That is a hypospray. It has 5 doses. If the first one doesn't work, keep giving it until it does.
First one's for you, Doctor.
What? Oh! Oh,
The cosmos without the Doctor scarcely bears thinking about.
why?
You don't need to know. It's best that you don't.
Forget him. Give the probe the injection.
Probe?
Victor!
Her Dalek casing. It must have some self-defense mechanism.
He's dead. Victor's dead.
Antidote.
What?
The antidote. Anesthesia interferes with the Time Lord's regenerative process. Our bodies shut down completely. You have to give me the antidote.
I can't, Doctor.
I don't know what exactly it is you want with Moira, but I'm her only chance. Now give me the antidote. I can't fight the effects much longer.
Is it this?
Yes. Oh, thank you. Now who are you? And the truth this time.
Command stack accessed. Processing.
The command routines. Can you hear me? Acknowledge.
What is she talking about?
Acknowledged.
Return to primary state.
No, don't say that!
Return to primary state. Acknowledged.
What are you doing?
You just ordered her to return the Earth to its primary state. Its primary state of disorder. The nature of things after entropy has had its way.
Those creatures.
The Yeti under Moira's control will level this entire city until there's nothing left.
All I wanted to do was return the probe to its basic functions.
What do you mean, probe?
We don't have time for this.
If I'm going to stop Moira, I need to know what you've done to her.
The person you know as Moira is actually a probe from our planet.
What?
She was created by our science division and sent to Earth to observe human life here.
I don't believe you.
Of course you don't. She was made to resemble humans in every way. Her body is completely biological. She was programmed with a complete human background. She's, on the surface, completely human.
But underneath?
She's a machine. A tool. A biological one, yes. But a machine nonetheless. One we put together and sent here.
She has a family. I've met them.
They are human. We fashioned the probe as a human baby and inserted her into the Skye family so her experiences would be more real, so she would have a completely human experience.
You used the skies. Monstrous.
It is how we do things.
And who are we? You might as well tell me everything.
We are from the Chatho system.
Never heard of it.
Of course you haven't. We go to great lengths to remain hidden.
Hidden? You mean from everything?
The universe is a dangerous place, full of evil and terrible things. If we stay hidden, then we are safe.
But you still yearn to explore, to see what's out there.
It's the nature of every living being to want to expand his knowledge. And so we build these probes like Moira here. Through her eyes, we experience other cultures, all without exposing ourselves.
What went wrong here?
You happened.
Me?
The probe, Moira, was designed for a human experience, but you exposed her to far more than she was capable of handling, more than we anticipated. When she went with you in your TARDIS, we continued to receive transmissions from her, but they became more and more garbled. Before we could recall her, she stopped responding to commands altogether.
So what we've been seeing are the experiences Moira has been exposed to spilling out? Daleks, Napoleon, decorators?
Her thoughts are now jumbled, everything is meshing together, and since she has spent a great deal of time going through your library in the TARDIS, your experiences are now hers as well.
That explains why she's acting out beings and creatures she's never met.
Because you told her about them or read about them in your journals.
I should have seen the signs. My TARDIS being rearranged, parts going missing.
All Moira, the probe. She has been living out, acting out, different lives she has encountered. One moment, a great painter. The next, a ruthless megalomaniac. Yeti roaming London. Time distortions tearing the planet apart. The Leaks, Cybermen, Xylons, all beings she has encountered or learned about through you.
And she's had access to my time machine.
During those moments she's had the memories of some of your greatest enemies she has sought out to achieve their goals.
And she's succeeding.
Now you see why we have to stop her. She'll destroy the Earth given enough time.
Have you had this problem with any other probes?
No.
Just Moira. Because she's been exposed to more than she was designed to. How was she designed?
What do you mean?
You said she's human. How human? How much?
She's human in every single way.
Including her brain?
Of course.
But humans only use 10% of their brain. Did you design her with that limitation as well?
Yes. Yes, we did.
If we could expand the capacity of her mind beyond the human limitation, utilize all her brain, then maybe she'll be able to assimilate the overload.
Possible. Very possible, but how?
I wish I knew. It would involve the redirection of the electrical pattern of the part of the brain that controls memory.
Electrical programming is how we insert memories into our probes.
You mean you have the capacity to do that?
With the proper equipment.
And what would the proper equipment be?
Something that can focus an energy beam very tightly and on a certain frequency.
How about a sonic screwdriver?
A what?
This.
Really? It's actually a screwdriver that's sonic? Who looks at a screwdriver and says, oh, this needs to be more sonic?
You know, you're not the first person to ask me that.
Let me see it. Can you remove this bit here that converts the energy into sonic pulses?
Not without breaking it.
Break it.
Sorry, old friend.
This is a crude method. It may end up killing her.
I'm trusting you.
I hope it isn't misplaced.
What are you doing? Stop! Stop!
The Yeti! They're stopping!
I think it's working! See if she'll respond.
Moira, can you hear me?
Doctor?
It's over. You don't need this voice coder anymore.
Doctor, what's happening to me?
It's all right. It's over. It's all over.
I'm very sorry, Moira. We never meant any harm.
Harm? How can you say that?
If the doctor hadn't interfered...
What? What would change? I'm not human. I'm a thing.
Who says?
You heard what she said. I was created in a lab on another planet. Everything I thought was real is gone.
Look at me. Nothing has changed. You are a human being. Your father is Thomas Skye and your mother is Joanne Skye.
No, they're not.
Who took you in and raised you as their own? Who loved you so much that they would have given their own lives to save you? Who was there for you at your happiest moments? And who held you and comforted you when you were sick or frightened? Moira, how can you say those weren't your parents?
They were tricked. I'm still an alien, made on another planet.
So? I know a great many humans who weren't born here. Hardly makes them less human, does it? Besides, I understand that you were made entirely from human DNA. That's pretty much the definition of human, isn't it?
That is true. There's nothing truly alien about you. You're human in every sense of the word. We deliberately designed you that way.
Even the Dalek on Selenar knew that. He recognized you as human. Augmented, true, but human nonetheless.
Time for us to go, Moira.
What?
You're coming back with me.
No, I'm not.
Her command directives are in working still.
She's all human, isn't she?
We cannot allow our probes to be discovered. I promise no harm will befall you, but you cannot stay here.
How about a compromise? I'll make sure Moira goes undiscovered here on Earth, and I promise not to report your people to the Time Lords.
That's blackmail.
I'm certain they would be very interested in learning of a culture that's managed to hide themselves from even the High Council's prying eyes all this time.
I had understood the Time Lords were supposed to be above such petty machinations.
Yes, sometimes I find it more convenient to follow my own rulebook.
So we've noticed. Very well, Doctor. It seems to have little choice.
Give my regards to the Catho people.
The who?
Of course.
Goodbye, Doctor. I'm certain we will not meet again.
Well, time for us to go too, before Unit arrives and starts asking a lot of awkward questions. Forms to fill out, debriefings, very boring.
You're right, Doctor. I think it's time to go.
The TARDIS is this way.
I know, but I'm going this way.
What do you mean?
All my life, I've been running away. At first I thought it was from my family, but it wasn't. It was because I wasn't really sure who I was.
And now you know?
I do. I'm Moira Skye, daughter of Thomas and Joanne Skye. And that's good enough for me.
Just as it should be.
Goodbye, Doctor. Thank you for everything.
No, Moira. Thank you.
Hello? Mom! Yes, I'm in London. No, I don't know what happened here, but I'm safe. I'm heading to Heathrow right now. Because I'm coming home. No, just me. Can you pick me up at the airport? I'm going to catch the first flight I can. I'll let you know which as soon as I get the ticket. Why didn't you tell me I was adopted? I just found out. You didn't tell me because it wasn't important? You're right. It isn't important to me either. I'll see you and Dad when I land. Say hi to Elizabeth for me. Bye. Doctor, Yeah. I like quiet goodbyes too.